Hello everyone, welcome to the new video. In this video, we will be learning how to design a PCB using Altium Designer. So this is the default screen. When you open the Altium Designer, the first thing you need to do is to go to the new project and save the project with some specific name. I call it test 01, create, and to this project I'll be adding a new schematic file and a new PCB file. So I have the schematic and I have a PCB. I've saved them both. I'm already in my test project folder. I save this one and then I save the schematic. Both files are saved and I see this white icon save here. That means that all the save process is good. And go back to the sheet. I'll make sure that the components tab is selected at the bottom in here, in the bottom right corner, and up here I need to select some tab which has the schematic and the PCB footprints. So let's say if I am selecting this simulation generate components, and if I select 555 timer IC, I can see down in here I have no footprint. But if I select another other library, like I got this one library of my own, and I select some component. Okay, so if I select this one, if I select this one, you can see most of them, they have a footprint in here. If you don't see any footprint, it means that you cannot use that component for the PCB design. So let me take a component like this one, GY87. I can see the schematic in here. I'm not sure why I'm not able to. So this is the schematic, but down in here you should see there's no preview, so it doesn't have any footprint in here. Okay, so anyways, I can add a footprint like this from this tab and browse to footprint of this lab. So let me do it later on. So I close this one, I select see, even if this component doesn't have any footprint, I can still bring it to the schematic. So I put it in the schematic, hit escape, and this has got 8 pins. I bring a header pin which has some footprints, double click, and in here. Okay, press, I zoom out, click and hold, press space, and it will rotate. Click and hold, press space, it will rotate. Okay, so again, so if I double tap on this one, I can see that this show option doesn't have any footprint. It says footprint is missing. So I can add it from here. Add again. So the footprint, browse. I know that I have a footprint of this module in my PCB, Satar slip PCB in here. And if I click this one, GY87 gyro accelerometer, click OK, I got the footprint. Now I can see the footprint in here. So both of these parts have a footprint now. Now they are good to go for the PCB design. So I just usually keep saving my project documents by clicking on this double floppy drive save icon in here. Okay, so the normal way to connect these two components is to press P for the place menu, or go here and wire. Click on this one, click, click, and click. So these two wires are connected one with one. Okay, another method, which is my favorite, is go to the place net level, and I need to connect this one. So while this is selected, I can press space to rotate this net level. So click on this one and click on this one, this one, this one, this one, this, and this. So I have connected all the net levels. Right click and you can move. So I'm not putting much thought into the organization of these net levels. I'm just doing some simple doing it in a simple way. Okay, so in this way you can put the levels. Now you need to rename it. Let's say this is the 3.3 volt thing. I click on this level and to 3.3 volts. Now this is the 3.3 volt level. Click, copy and paste, and here 3.3. So number 7 pin is interrupt pin. So number 7 is here. So if I click, I call it INT. This is INT. Click, copy and paste, and INT. Okay, so these two wires are now connected. So this is my favorite method and it works all the time and it keeps the circuit schematic very clean. So let's say I have made a few connections and I have a GND. Let's say GND is an important connection. So number 3 is the GND. And now if I copy and paste, this is my GND. Okay, so I have made 4 connections, pin number 1, 2, 3 and this interrupt pin, 1, 2, 3 and interrupt pin. Okay, I haven't connected any net levels like this one. So now make sure that these documents are saved by clicking this save icon, and to make the PCB I go to the design and update PCB document here. So if you have multiple PCB documents, you can have multiple PCB documents in here. So when you have multiple PCB documents, you will see multiple options in here, that update PCB document 1, update PCB document 2. So whichever PCB you want to update with your current changes or something like that, you can do that. So since I have one PCB, so I'll do that. And it says this menu, we got this menu, we got the validate changes and execute changes and close. So right now you can see that I have my IMU sensor and the header pins in here. Bring it down. I hold the shift and select them both. Place them here. Delete the sheet and here. So click and hold. Press space and I can rotate these things. Okay. Here. So in the PCB menu, you have this whole black area which is supposed to be your PCB board. You can change the view, like this is the board view and this is a 3D. You press the shift and left right mouse button to rotate. You can see that this is your PCB in 3D view. Okay, and to modify the board dimensions and everything, you need to be in this 2D layout module, and I need to define the board shape. I go to design, board shape, board planning mode, and edit board shape here and here. So I have this tiny PCB over here. There's another way that through which you can make an exact a board with the exact dimensions. I'll be putting the video for that as well very soon. So for now, let's keep this board simple and modify the board shape like this. Again, save it, project view, 2D layout. Now you can see that you have a tiny board with two modules on top of it. Now it's time to route. Go to the route, auto route all, and leave everything to the default and route all, and that's it. You have now a board with the connections. You can see you have two connections, and a red wire and the blue wire. The red wire is the top overlay and the blue wire is the bottom layer. So for the simple designs you want only one layer, so you need to tell the Altium that you only want one layer. So I just do unroute all, go to the route, auto route all. So before I click route all, I go to the edit rules, and in the edit rules I have a lot of things that I can customize, and the thing I'm looking for is the right routing topology. So go to the routing and not width, not priority, routing layers, and you should tell Altium that it's only the bottom layer, not the top layer. Click apply, OK, and route up. So when you do that, you can see that every line is blue, which means that this is these connections are made only on the bottom layer. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is, if you want to select a specific width of your routing connections, you can go to the edit rules, so routing layers, and then layer we have selected, you go to the width. The width you have, you can see you have the mill, so you don't want the mill in here. So to change the unit you need to go to, okay, let's go back and view toggle units. Now you have the millimeters. Now again, route all, edit rules, width. Now you can tell the Altium that my minimum width is 1.2, the preferred, and min width is 1 mil, and max width is, like, let's say 1.5. Okay, now the preferred width, the min width, and max width. Apply, okay. Now let's see how it does. Okay, so now you have some different type of connections in here. So because the tracks are very thick, so it is unable to perform the complete routing. So let's do it a little bit lower. Let's say my preferred is 1 mil, but I can go still with 0.5 route all. Now with 0.5 millimeters, I have very good tracks in here. If I go to the view, board planning mode, I can see like this. If I go to the 3D layout mode, I have this GeoID 7, and I have this bottom layer. So this is how you make a PCB with the Altium. The next thing is you set everything, and you go to the fabrication outputs and make the Jabber files and the NC drill files. So for that, I'll have another video very soon. Thank you very much.